To take a bit of time out to talk about supplements, because that's a topic that I know a lot of people want to have more information about. I keep getting asked about them. People want to know, do supplements work? What supplements should they be taking? Should they be taking supplements? If so, when should they be taking supplements? And how effective are they? So, the first supplement I want to talk about, actually the first thing I want to talk about is, I'm going to preface this whole thing by saying that if you're a novice, if you're someone who's just beginning the gym, supplements are probably something you shouldn't really be thinking about right now. You should be thinking more about getting your workout structure right and getting a decent diet structure in place as well. If you have those first two things, you're going to notice a significant change to your body over the first 1, 2, 3 months, possibly even longer. And it's not going to be until you become an intermediate or an advanced in the gym, that's when you're going to possibly get some benefit from supplements. Also, for anyone else, in the vast majority of cases, if you're thinking about supplements and you're not taking them already, you should be thinking more about your diet, because you can get the vast majority of the benefits from supplements from your diet already. Basically, these are designed to enhance a workout and enhance the diet structure that you already should have in place to begin with. These are by no means a meal replacement. Now, the first thing we're going to go over, which is something that I think most of you are already familiar with to some extent, are protein shakes. Protein shakes are something that most of us have already heard about them, but some people don't really know what kind of protein shake they should be taking because there's that many different types out there. Now, there are so many different protein types out there, but we'll go over the big three really, which are the bulk shakes, diet shakes, and cut shakes. Now, your bulk shakes are sometimes packaged as all-in-one shakes, and these tend to be shakes that have very high protein, very high carbohydrates in them. Now, the high proteins are there to prevent muscle catabolism before a workout, so you take your shake half an hour before you work out, and because it's liquid, it digests pretty quickly, gets into your system, your body can make use of the proteins that you're digesting rather than the proteins in your muscles, so that'll protect your muscles from being eaten during the workout. The carb will give you the fuel for the workout, so having this excess carbohydrates that can help you fuel your work out more intensely, you'll have more energy, and therefore this will help feed the muscles to grow. The high carb also, at the end of the workout, if you're having a shake, it will be there to effectively help with protein synthesis, to help your body repair itself. So that'll enhance your recovery time and help you to continue training at an intense level with having less downtime so you can get back in the gym faster. That being said, bulk shakes, if you're not working out hard enough, you're going to put on a lot of fat. I'm not going to beat around that. You are going to put on a significant amount of weight. You will, on any bulking program, you will put on some level of fat, but if you're operating at a surplus, which bulk shakes will put you onto, if you're operating at such a high surplus that you can't meet that surplus or get quite close to it, you're going to be putting on a lot of fat. So if you're a novice and you're looking to put some size on, start with your diet first and then maybe consider that if you're working out hard enough to make use of it. The other two shakes that you'll often see are diet and cut shakes. These tend to have a very similar macro profile, which is that they usually have high to moderate proteins and very low carbs. This is for people who tend to want to either maintain their weight or lose some fat. So they don't need that excess carbohydrate, they don't need that excess fuel to operate at a surplus, but they do need the protein to help prevent muscle catabolism and help protein synthesis at the end of a workout. I myself use a maintenance shake at the moment. This is to help me, I take mine half an hour before I work out, so that when I'm about to go start training, I've got protein in my system that my body can make use of immediately. And I have one straight after my workout, because straight after a workout your body is extremely receptive because it's craving the macros to help you repair yourself. So yeah, having that gets in there fast, gets in so you can recover quicker and increase your protein synthesis. Now at the moment there's a flood in the market of various different types of proteins, like isolate proteins, concentrated proteins, casein proteins, chicken broth protein shakes. To be honest with you, in my experience, protein is protein. Your body will make use of it. Your body's going to make use of it anyway. Unless you're one of the nth level athletes, you don't really need to be thinking about the different types of breakdowns in protein, so just stick to a protein that matches your macro profile, one that matches into your current diet structure. Again, like I said, these are not a meal replacement, these are workout supplements, workout enhancements. These are things to be taken in conjunction with a workout and should not really be used to replace any meal in your diet. The next one we're going to go on to is pre-workouts. Now, pre-workouts are used to... this is a funny one. Pre-workouts are something that often people use because they think it's going to give them more energy. That isn't true. What they have is they usually have a very high content of caffeine. And caffeine is a drug, and it's a drug that works as a stimulant. So it creates added focus into your mind, makes you feel more alert, makes you feel more focused, so that when you go to the gym, you tend to feel like you're getting a better workout because you've got your mind in the game more. But caffeine, as with any drug, you will build up a tolerance to it over time. So what you'll often see is people keep taking bigger and bigger scoops, bigger and bigger servings, just to get the same initial hit that they were getting at the beginning. This can have detrimental health effects, such as leading to high blood pressure and heart problems later on if you're taking this for a long period of time. So what I would recommend is trying a strong coffee. I'm half Brazilian, I love coffee. I always have a black coffee before I work out. I have my black coffee pretty much with my protein shake. Actually, a good pro tip. In your pre-workout shake, try putting a teaspoon of coffee into it. If it's a chocolate flavoured protein shake, you will thank me for it because it tastes absolutely amazing. But that being said, yeah, I personally tend to stay away from pre-workouts because of their extreme caffeine content, and just have a regular black coffee. The next one that we're going to move on to is fat burners. Now, fat burners, these are a funny one because fat burners technically are glorified pre-workouts. They have very similar profiles. They usually have a very high level of caffeine in them, but they also have a cocktail of other ingredients, usually things like bitter orange peels or cayenne pepper extracts and various other things. There is a limited science to the effectiveness of these. I've personally tried them and had little to no actual benefit from using them. And I've gone online, done the research behind them, looking at independent studies, and most of them can't find a strong link between a fat burner and actual fat loss in an average individual. The only people that I think may actually get any benefit from a fat burning thermogenic is probably people who are already at a very, very low body fat percentage. People who've already run down their body's entire stores of fat, and so to get out that stubborn little bit just before a competition, they may use a thermogenic fat burner to try and get over that edge. Now you just heard me using the word thermogenic, and that is basically because fat burners operate on the principle they're trying to increase your body's temperature to increase your body's metabolism, and therefore with an increased metabolism your body will be burning through more fuel. Again, limited science behind it, limited effectiveness. So that covers these three. As I've said before, let's go over the fact that we should be focusing primarily on our workout routines and our diet structures. So following on from the previous supplements I mentioned, there are a couple others to look at as well. Another one that we often look at is the pump enhancer. Now this isn't a sexual enhancement product like some people may immediately think of. A pump enhancer is basically a product that's supposed to be designed to get more blood into your muscles, bringing with it the certain ingredients that you need to help increase your muscle mass. The more blood you can get into your muscles, the more ingredients will get there, and therefore the more you'll help encourage them to grow. Now, with these, there is some evidence to suggest that these do work, but that being said, you've got to pay very, very close attention to the ingredients in them. Popular ones tend to have various forms of nitrate in them, like nitrous oxides. Now, nitrous oxides are designed to get more oxygen into the muscle. The increase of oxygen carries with it more energy, or will help you have more energy in the muscle. They often carry things like creatine as well. Creatine is actually a very popular supplement. I'll write that down here and go over that one in a minute. They carry with it sometimes they have creatine in them, as well as various other chemicals. Now, pay attention to what's in them. Do a bit of research on the chemicals in the pump enhancers. A lot of it is bull. A lot of it is genuine bull. So pay attention. Do your own research on them to see which ones are actually the best. Because some of them do work, some of them don't. So yeah, you're in a minefield with that product. I don't personally use them. I personally tend to prefer on my own training methods. I use a process of HIIT training to increase my own body's VO2 max and oxygen efficiency, which helps me get blood more efficiently to my muscles whilst I'm training anyway. So that's personally something I would probably recommend to you if you're able to, if you have the capacity to do it, try HIIT training. BCAAs. BCAAs are branched chain amino acids, and that long complicated line of words is basically a fancy way of saying refined protein. Now, BCAAs, for most people, will be unnecessary. This is simply because to make use of BCAAs, you already have to be training very intensely and put your body into a situation where you're going to get a good use of these. Now, if you are in that situation, I recommend taking BCAAs during your workout, because you probably should have already taken a pre-workout shake before. BCAAs are good in the workout because they're going to be released into your system through the workout, helping to prevent that muscle catabolism as well. When looking for BCAAs, look for a product that's high in a protein known as leucine. Leucine is very, very good and is scientifically known to enhance protein synthesis, so it'll help your body to repair and rebuild faster and more effectively. So, for most people, BCAAs, you're probably not going to get much benefit out of them. However, if you are training quite intensely, I would recommend using them. I actually do use BCAAs as part of my workout routine. Now, creatine. Creatine is another supplement. It's also one of the most researched and cheapest supplements you can get on the market. Creatine is something known as creatine phosphate, which breaks down into a substance known as adenine triphosphate, otherwise known as ATP. Now, ATP basically is your body's first and foremost primary source of energy. So, a good source of creatine. So, you can get creatine from pretty much any meat product you eat. So, you can get quite a lot of creatine. You can get a lot of creatine from your diet. However, if you are trying to develop your muscles, there is nothing wrong in enhancing creatine supplements. There's a lot of evidence to suggest that creatine has a lot of other added benefits to it. So, feel free to go and do some research on creatine. But its primary function is to provide your body with adenine triphosphate, and that is what your body is going to make use of at the first part of your workout. Your body has several energy systems, and the first 8 to 10 seconds of any exercise you do is going to be making use of ATP. This doesn't require any oxygen to use, it's just pure energy. So creatine is something that I do have as part of my diet. I actually add it to my protein shakes prior to my workout to load my muscles up so that when I'm training I've got a good supply of immediate energy and don't feel immediately fatigued when I'm starting. So I hope this video on supplements has been at least a little bit informative. Another tip with regards to any supplements, definitely check the ingredients on them. Check the manufacturers, research your manufacturers, research the ingredients going into them. Some of them do contain banned substances. So if you're looking to compete in a bodybuilding federation, whether it be physique, bikini, bodybuilding, toned figure, whatever, if you're looking at competing naturally, take very, very keen notice of what these products actually have in them, simply because, as I said, some are banned and some will immediately have you disqualified from competition. I'm competing as a natural athlete, so everything I take is batch tested and from suppliers that I know are very well trusted and provide people with safe products. So yes, what I would very much recommend is making sure that the brands you're using or you intend on using, make sure they're safe, do your research on them, and hopefully you may get some benefit from these products. Use them appropriately, use them properly, don't abuse them, and yeah, you should get some benefit from what I've said here. Hope this video has been enlightening, hope it's been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below or get in touch with me directly, and I will do my best to get back to you and see how I can help. Thanks for watching.